Remember the toys you used to have when you were a kid? Well, these ain't them.
I'm talking about toys that are...
Good evening.
If you knew it was me.
Hey guys, welcome to eTV. I'm Nilo.
I'm Alonzo.
And today's episode...
Wait.
What?
Did you go to this past week's football game?
No, I missed it.
Well, let's catch you up with some ESN.
Welcome back, guys. This is Hudson.
I'm Cade.
And this is ESN.
Starting off with volleyball, on September 3rd, volleyball played against Pasadena Memorial and won 3-1. Last Friday, September 6th, they played against Shadow Creek and lost 3-2. This past Tuesday, volleyball played against Pearland. Here are the overall scores and standings.
Moving on to football, on August 30th, they played their first game of the year against Ridgeland and lost 52-14. Last Saturday, September 7th, football played Fort Bend Elkins and won 44-34. And today, football will play Dobie for their homecoming game. Make sure to be there.
That was ESN for this week. Tune in next time.
Okay, so are you fully caught up now?
I'm finally caught up now.
Okay.
All right, now onto hot seat.
Hey Eagles, welcome to another episode of Hot Seat, where the question will keep you burning in anticipation. Thank you for doing the interview with us. To kick things off, could you introduce yourself and tell us what your role here is at Dawson?
Yes, I'm Coach Myers. I'm the head track coach and the math department chair, and I also teach AP Calculus.
If you did not pick those jobs as your career, what job would you have pursued instead?
You know, honestly, I've always wanted to work with people. I thought about being a cop when I was a kid. I also really wanted to be a veterinarian until they told me I had to kill animals, and then I wasn't about that life anymore.
Do you believe it's fair to label students as bad kids?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of people that do bad things, you know, and there's a lot of kids that get branded as bad kids, but honestly, I think, you know, it's a lot of the influences they do or don't have in their life that cause them to make decisions, but, you know, I think most kids can be turned to making good decisions.
And what were you like as a student?
I was a goody two-shoes. I was a class clown. I made a lot of jokes, but I made all A's and B's, pretty much all A's with the exception of a couple classes. And, you know, I was in a lot of AP classes, and, you know, I also played sports. I did football and baseball, and then I was in drama and choir, and just all around, I did a lot of things. And, yeah, it was very busy.
And have you ever doubted your career choice?
I wouldn't say I've doubted my career choice. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm pretty young for being in it for 16 years. I started teaching here at Dawson when I was 22. And I've been here ever since, and sometimes I feel like I need to move on to do something else, but I don't even know what that thing would be. So, but I've enjoyed the 16 years I've been here, and I don't know, maybe I'll die in this job, we'll see.
And finally, could you nominate 3 candidates for our next hot seat?
Absolutely. Let's go with Mr. Fowler. Let's go with Ms. Deborah Brown and Connor Cox.
Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
That was a really cool interview.
I know, right? But I want to ask you something. Where'd you get your outfit from? I really like it.
I honestly forgot the name of the brand, but I'm pretty sure Thrifted Threads can help with that.
Hey Eagles, and welcome to this week's episode of Thrifted Threads. I'm your host, Blaze, and today we're going to be covering the brand Chrome Hearts. Chrome Hearts is a luxury clothing and jewelry brand that has recently exploded in recent years, with almost every celebrity you can think of wearing the brand. While almost everyone has seen or at least heard of Chrome Hearts, not that many people actually know about the rich and deep history over the brand. Chrome Hearts started in 1988, being founded by Richard Stark, Leonard Kamhout, and John Bowman. They started off by just making little side projects every once in a while and only selling a select few of their pieces. Chrome Hearts didn't really receive any notice until they did the costume design for the movie Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. After the release of the movie, the brand started to receive a little recognition, but most importantly, they caught the eye of Steve Jones, the lead guitarist for the band The Sex Pistols. The hype soon grew to other celebrities like Cher and Guns N' Roses, allowing them to open their own factory in LA. Even though things seemed to be going better than ever for the brand, both Leonard and John left the brand, for reasons still not disclosed to this day, leaving Richard Stark in full control over the brand. Most people might see this as a challenge, but Richard Stark saw this as a new beginning from the brand, and an opportunity to shapeshift the brand into what he envisioned from the very start. Richard and his now wife, Lori Lynn Stark, took the brand from a punk leather goods company to what's now known as one of the most exclusive brands in the entire world. The brand has been growing more and more in popularity ever since, but Richard Stark still keeps the inventory on most items very, very low to keep the brand's exclusive nature alive. Now the company is worth over $1 billion and still only has 33 stores worldwide. And that was this week's episode of Thrifted Threads. I'm your host, Blaze, and thank you for watching.
That was a pretty cool segment.
I know, right? But don't you have to be on the streets like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, go. Always late. Wait, y'all didn't hear that?
Where is Alonzo? We're supposed to be filming on the streets right now. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Where were you?
I was filming with Nilo for anchoring and...
Okay, well, we just start filming now.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Eagles, I'm Caroline.
I'm Alonzo.
And welcome back to On the Streets.
Let's get started with this week's questions.
Do you think homecoming is a must for the full high school experience?
I would go once and then not go the rest of the high school years.
Yes. I think it is because even if it's boring, I think you should still come every year. Like, I'm gonna come this year. You guys should go.
Well, let's stop for a moment to see what other people think about homecoming.
This year it's gonna be more better, and
Is homecoming a flop or a bop?
Flop.
Bob.
Bob? What? Wait, no, we'll do that. Retweet.
Low-key, flop.
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 Flop, for sure.
Well, according to them, it's a
Flop.
Do you think homecoming is a must for the full high school experience?
I think only go once at least. Like, you don't have to go all 4 years, but definitely go at least once.
I would say yes if you're like a freshman or a sophomore.
What would you do if your date showed up in sweats and a t-shirt?
I would politely ask him to go home and change and then come back, because that's not acceptable, because I'm looking good and you're looking like a bum, so.
And we're walking the other way. We're finding a new date. We're finding a new date at homecoming.
Send him back. Send the guy back. No, we don't want him.
I mean, like, if you really like this person, does it really matter what they're wearing? I mean, you know, like, it's about the personality, not the looks.
That's it for this week's interviews.
See you next time, Eagles.
On the streets.
And now for something completely different.
Finally.
Sorry. Okay, what's next?
Film review.
On to film review.
I'm Sam, and this is Abby, and this is Media Deep Dive.
Yeah.
The New Twisters is a standalone sequel, and the only thing that's really consistent, if you want to watch the new movie, you don't need to watch the old one. The only thing that's really the same is Dorothy, and that's it. And Dorothy is a machine, not a person. Named after Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. It goes, it opens up and lets sensors fly out.
It's how they're trying to figure out more about these tornadoes.
Yeah.
Cause this is
more advanced warnings. Yeah.
The first one's it's olden times. They're stupid back then. I feel bad. Olden times was not the 1990s.
Both have a civilian chaser team and a corporate chaser team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then both have more romance than you'd think, and there's more depth than you'd think. Honestly, I did not expect it to have romance in it, because it's an action thriller movie. It's not a romance movie, but it's Like the first one's about like, what's her name? Joe's divorce, and like the second one is like Glenn Powell being Glenn Powell.
And Kate, like,
and
has
Kate.
trauma. She has trauma from her friends dying in Ian 5 tornado because they underestimated it.
That's why she's the equivalent of Joe.
She's depressed. Basically.
In the first movie, when they were like talking about the F5 tornado, and they're like, so has anyone ever seen an F5 tornado? Only one of us. That like edgy like, only one of us. Yeah. And it was Joe. It was so obvious. Like I didn't even say it. It was Joe. Joe felt like a pick-me character, but at the same time, she was still iconic, and I loved her. Yeah. Do you know who I didn't love? Melissa.
Sam.
Yeah.
Where would you place these two movies on the tier list?
I would say ARS. What about you, Abby?
Probably like an ARS as well. Yeah. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Put it like in the middle, like you Photoshop it in on the line. Yeah, that's where it goes. They're solid movies. Like my dad made me watch the first one for a reason.
Yeah. This has been Media Deep Dive. I'm Abby. This is Sam. Thank you for watching.
You gonna see that movie now?
I think I might have to be honest.
Low-key, I might have to too. Well, that's all we have for today's episode. Hope y'all enjoyed.
See you next time.
Bye.